I gotta say, Milla, I've always, like I'm an old enough to remember going back to the Wicklow Arms, going back to.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like your reputation is huge. Where did it all begin? Because I was looking online. I was thinking, okay, I'll do a bit of research, and I found it difficult to find. Obviously, you've got a police record, so you keep low profile and all that. But where did it start for you? Was it a young kind of obsession?
Yes, I was. My God, I did it from India,
Right.
from Goa. So I had a restaurant in Goa. After college, I never went for any inside job, like sitting in the. My dad wanted to work for a bank, and I said no. No bank. I said no. I don't want to be hiding inside in the chair, like in the corner.
Right.
And what do you want to do? I said I don't know. Let me think. And after a week, I said, okay, I'm opening a restaurant. And he said, what? Girls cannot open a restaurant. I said, why not? I said, then I'll be the first one. That's it. So that's how it started. And he said, I'm not helping you. I'm not giving any money. I'm not giving anything. You're on your own. I said, that's fine. I'll find something. So I cut some of the coconut leaves, and my grandmother knitted it for me, and I made it in the garden. We had a place over the beach. So
Wow.
And then I wanted table and chairs. I said, my God, where am I going to get table and chairs? So I said, okay. I took a plank of wood, 2 stones on the floor, and I bought mattresses for the chairs.
Wow.
So, and then I said, can I at least have electricity in my place? And he said, no, you get nothing from the house, nothing. So I said, all right, that's fine. So went and brought the bag full of candles and put candles everywhere. And it was the most romantic restaurant on the beach.
Nice.
That's when
what age were you there? Were you a teenager? Were you 20s?
19.
So
very stubborn.
This is obviously something that you're very strong. You feel very strongly about.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Was it your mom? Was it a family member? Was it just?
My mom is like, and I'm like more like my mother.
Right.
Yeah,
she's very stubborn.
She's the one taking the. She would go against everything, and I'm the same. Whatever
Right.
my dad said, no, I'm doing this. No, I'm doing. He said, no, you're a girl. You should play with girls. I said, no, I'm going to play football with them. I'm playing football. And I would hide on his boat. He was a fisherman, and do fishing and all that.
Wow.
And then I would pop my head out. What are you doing again here? I want to come fishing with you. It's a man's job. It's not a So that sort of thing. It's nice.
I'm thinking the leap from there you are setting up your own kind of little restaurant in the garden to setting up a restaurant in Ireland. Are we talking about? Was it always the plan? Was it you were definitely going to do this?
No, I met my father-in-law. My father kept saying to my mom, she's going to run away with a white man. That's what she's going to do. She's going to put name and shame every side, everywhere, and that's exactly what happened. I met
nice.
Then Angus, Irish man, and I did run away with him.
Right.
So then I came here and I said, what am I going to do? And he said, what do you want to do? You want to go back to college? You want to study more? I said, no, books are finished for me. I said, I'm not doing that. So he said, how about the restaurant? Carry on with your restaurant. You were good at that, And I didn't know. I said, but I don't know how the style here. I did a restaurant on the beach with sitting on the mattresses. I said, I cannot.
And what sort of year is this the late 80s or when is this now? 90s?
It was 96.
96. Okay,
96 I was here.
So that idea then, that as he said, it's one thing to be setting it up in your garden, to set it up in an actual.
It was like, oh my God. But I said to him, so I have to work in the restaurant here first. So I know what it is like here, and it's okay. So Eastern Tandoori was the first one in Dean's Grange. That's where I worked for 2 or 3 years. So I got all the ideas, and then I went. There was one where the Jaipur is now in Docky. So I worked for the guy there, and I said, that's it. I'm ready now. And I said, okay, let's look around. So Millas Kitchen in Newtown, the opportunity came. The fish and chips guy left.
Wow.
And so I went to the guy. I said, could you help me, to rent this for me? And that's it.
Was it? Well, I don't know if you can sort of recall the sense of that beginning, whether it was just a dream come true, or whether it was a nightmare of worry and trying to get it to work.
No, it was a little bit of a stress because I had just delivered Molly. So
right.
That's why a little bit I was hesitating, but then this opportunity came. I didn't want to lose it as well. But then the thing is, I have a very good backup with my husband. So I said, okay, if anything goes wrong, he's there.
Boom.
So I'm not, I'm not worried at all. He has the money, so I said he'll put it in, so help me, So his support was very good.
And I get the impression that your reputation was pretty quick, or maybe was it take a long time?
No, the people came in. They came in. Everybody rushed in.
Right.
Every day, like busy.
Great.
We would finish the food by 7 o'clock.
Wow.
Everything gone, and that's already gone. You cannot cook Indian food in seconds, so it takes time. It's a fresh and all that sort of thing. So people then were like, what's that? What should I have? I've never had Indian before. And, started with korma, very mild. And the same very people are eating vindaloo and pal. Like most expensive. Most spicy.
Right.
Spicy dishes,
Right.
So, which is like, Newtown, 18 years ago, they didn't know much.
And we've come so far now. I mean, it's fair to say Greystone's a foodie town. I think we're a foodie country. Given that people have sort of, their tastes have evolved and we've become more in tune to all the possibilities with wine and with our foods and with our coffees. So I think it's probably a lot more, appreciated now, just what can be achieved when it comes to people like yourself making authentic dishes.
See, my food is Indian, but it's not just it's a typical Goan food. It's from Goa.
Yes.
All my spices are coming, my mother makes them.
Wow.
It's my ancestors' recipe.
Right.
So it's not I don't get, like this food now, you will not get anywhere in Ireland because it's a spice you won't get.
Okay. Nice.
So every time my brother coming or any time my family visiting or when I go, or she sends by post, but it's a masala she makes for me. And it's a masala for generation and generation going back, So that's why my more food here is Goan cuisine. Okay, butter chicken tikka is sort of Irish palate, which is European. But the rest of the dishes are all Goan dishes.
So it's 20 years now plus, like you're talking about 23 years. You've been sort of in this. In '96, you're kind of starting.
96,
it's quite a long time. So
no, 96 I started working.
Oh right, you started getting your experience.
I started 18 years ago. So which year?
Right.
I don't know. Only will 17 now. So
Yeah. But that feeling of that obviously the love for it is there. You tend to get a little bit better with everything you do repeatedly. You sort of know the little kind of better ways to do it and all that. Yeah. Does it still surprise you the world that you're in, because you've got a great reputation. Babu's in the kitchen now with you. He's making wonderful food. I mean, I'm hoping that it still kind of
it's the same food, same food, no doubt.
Right.
But it just sometimes I feel it's not for me. It's for the I have to keep this going because for others as well.
Right.
So when this opportunity came, I said there was no need for me to come back again. I left everything because Oscar, who is my son, who is cerebral palsy. I said that's it. I'm going to stay with him. Let's finish his college, whatever. I have to be there for him. That's what I came out of everything, and then I said, but you know how it is once you are in there. So then this opportunity came. I said first thing I called my chef and I said he was working for someone else about that time. I said, look, there's opportunity. You want to come? He said yes, and he resigned straight away.
Boom.
To come and work for me.
It's a bit like being a musician or something. Even though you can give it up, there's always that want or need in you to sort of satisfy that particular skill or that love that you have for. And was it? I know we're going to sort of establish the fact that you're now in Kilcoole. It's Babu's Kitchen is the name of it, which is basically Milla's Kitchen again.
Millas Restaurant, Babu's Kitchen. Yes. That's how I named on the thing. Yeah.
So this feeling of I mean, I don't know if you would have guessed back in 18 years ago that this is something that you'll sort of do for life. I don't know whether you'd think that way when you're starting out.
When we are starting.
When you started, I don't know if you think, well, I'm going to be still doing this.
That was at the starting. I was going to be like that because see, I'm a people person.
Right.
I like talking, chatting. I don't like to work somewhere. So when I closed my restaurant, and then the house was a restaurant.
Right.
So everything, I was cooking everything, and he said, you know what? He said, you better go and do it again because you don't do this every night in the house.
Right.
And I was calling friends and family,
Boom.
See, I was still doing it. I gave up, but still doing it. And there was 10 dishes on the table,
Wow.
He said, what are you doing? Who are you feeding? I don't know. I just wanted to cook, But it was every night, But
now I know that we're here with the beautiful Willie Doyle, and the one thing we should stress is that not only obviously here on the first floor up here you've got there's some perfect, incredible food from Goan, I suppose, rather than Indian, but from another part of the world. But then downstairs you've got traditional kind of Irish cuisine. I don't know if there is such a thing as Irish cuisine, but all the traditional things that people like, burgers and fish and chips and all that.
The food without the chili spice.
There you go. So it's it's a
but
rare thing.
But I also do the deliveries and takeaways. I also do the functions for 48 birthdays and wedding, whatever I do.
Right.
Christening. I have a nice function room outside there.
Well, we should say this is we're going to take a look at it, but this is a beautiful room. I did a gorgeous job here. It really does feel like you've, but it feels like you've stepped inside, stepped out of Ireland and stepped into another world, which all good restaurants should make you feel you've just stepped into.
See, I like something simple. I don't like all these fussy things, and I want good food But
Number one,
I
yes.
focus more on the good food and then the decorating the plate. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, or putting more expenses on the expensive material like that. You know,
Right.
I mean, my meat is coming from my local butcher, which is Eugene.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I wouldn't eat meat from the other place. You know, I want everything, you know, nice food. You know,
Sure.
nice thing, fresh, everything. So I know where the lamb is come from. I know where the beef is come from. You know.
Boom.
So it's like that. You know, and the Nikki's is giving me fresh vegetable all the time. So you know.
He's the
and
man
it's
for
just-
that, all right. You're
Yeah,
right
it's
next
just
door.
on my doorstep. You know, which is brilliant, and he gives me a big bill at the end of the month. But that's also.
Well, it's
part of
worth
it.
every penny.
Yeah, it's about
Now we'll
benefits.
take a walk through. We'll just to show people down that obviously you've got the wonderful the main restaurant is here upstairs, but then we'll take a walk and just show that you've got this lovely view too. So
Yeah.
as Willie said, the room can be opened up into a larger space if people need it. You've got this sort of option to sort of have out towards the balcony, so you can kind of handle like major parties in regard to the numbers.
Yes, we can open
yeah.
that and we can, you know, make it more.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful job. It's nicely done.
The view is nice.
Yeah.
We still have to finish the.
Sure, it's
area,
always-
but
it's a work in progress,
all
but still.
on time, you know?
Yeah, no, it's still very beautiful.
I'm just here now. What 9 months?
Right. Well, you've got the space all right. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And we'll have a look over here just to see the wonderful view. Nice. Yeah, here you go. It's called. I was just saying to it. It's called the Rock, isn't it, or Kilcoole Rock? I'm trying to remember the name of. Yeah. But
So
yeah,
we have a parking as well here, you know. Which is
sure.
great.
Yeah. No. Everything.
A lot of
Everything.
Parking and you know.
Yeah. And you've got a pub downstairs, and you got just anything you'd want really for a good night
You can
out.
Come for the swim. Look,
Boom.
you can see the water.
That'd only be a 5-minute run from here. You'd be in the water.
So they can come out for. smoke or, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Maybe
That's-
in winter time now I'm going to put a nice fire in here so they can. You know,
Beautiful. Yeah. It's a
really
lovely
make it nice.
space. A lovely space.
So I just need some time now to do all this before you know.
Sure.
we hit the Christmas party.
But I do think as much as all the you know the building is the room is beautiful and the space is beautiful, it always comes down to the food and
Yeah.
that is something that as I
Yeah.
said, your reputation
Yeah.
is so strong that I think people will just sort of automatically know once they know
Once
where
in a-
you are,
yeah,
they will
yeah,
come
yeah.
here and
Yeah, no, people are still coming. Like last week, few people came in. I didn't know you were here. You know.
Right,
You
right.
didn't publish yet. You know. I said, yeah, I haven't put in menus out or anything yet, so I have to.
well, we'll put
do
it in there.
that.
We'll put the links to with obviously with
Yeah.
your connection to your takeaway and the various different contact details and any
Yeah.
links to your main website and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so people can quickly see
And
what
we
you
do
have.
the
and-
home catering, house catering, and everything. You know. like,
Right.
we do that. I've done few of it. You know. We do that as well, and you know.
But given that, I suppose to wrap up, given that you're such a wonderful, you know, creative, gorgeous meals, do you have any guilty pleasures? Do you ever eat pot noodles or anything like that? Do you have any?
I don't eat anything rather than now with the Irish chef I would try. I have to try because you know I
Yeah,
want to know
to make sure it's
what
good
people
and-
are
right.
eating. You know, it better
Yes.
better taste good. You know, it looks good, but I said no, I have to try. You know, but
Right.
it's nice. You know, I like that. I never ate spicy wings before. You know,
Right,
you know, so
right.
I eat that now. You know, I like everything with chili. I don't
Right.
like anything bland.
Okay.
know.
Well, you know, pot noodles come with chili now, so I think you know
Oh
it's worth
no,
a try.
I won't still go for that.